going on, Hayward? You're listening to Around the Town with Dylan, along with my co-hosts Reggie, Nancy, and Rob. We're here to enlighten you with the city's most interesting news and take you on a journey through various local haystack businesses. Tune in.
Good morning. Actually, it's really good afternoon, you know what I mean, because it's almost after 12 o'clock. But welcome to Around the Town. Today is February 6th, 2020. This is our first show of 2020, so thank you all for listening, right?
Thank you.
Right? We can get some claps for that. Like, first show of 2020. Let's get this on and popping. But hey, so today on Around the Town, first of all, this is our first show. So let me allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Reggie 23. And also we have.
What's up, guys? It's Rob from WTF Movies. You know me as the Beast, and now I'm here. Beast.
All right, so I'm new to Around the Town. So my name's Dylan Lasagna.
Laz. I like that. I'm a lasagna. That's dope.
So, hi, everyone. My name is Nancy. This is actually my first time ever recording something, so very excited to be here.
Okay, for sure. So today on Around the Town, we will be exploring latest Hayward news and crimes. And did you guys know that Hayward is opening, has a cannabis business that's going to open soon?
Mm-hmm, right around here.
Right?
Yeah, like down the street.
Hey, what? Don't tempt me with a good time because I want all the smoke. No pun intended.
I know we already have Garden of Eden.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
I think that's the only one.
One that's like close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
And that's like on the outskirts.
And they be taxing a little bit. You know what I mean?
A lot of
it. But if they would like to hook it up we can have them around the town and. Never mind.
Whoa.
Anyway, hold on. Baby steps. Baby steps.
Yeah.
And also, so we also have a special guest today, and from Elevated Legacy, which is a local basketball, nonprofit organization designed to help kids and individuals with social education and educational and health goals. So we got a lot packed for today. And so first, we're going to start off with Dylan, right? And tell us what's new, bro.
All right, well, I'll tell you what's new, and let's go around the community to tell you, hey, what's new? So, first of all, the first thing that's actually new around Hayward is the minimum wage has increased around Hayward.
Cha-ching.
Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Can we get we should have like an audio
sound.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, cha-ching.
So it
run
went
that.
up to from $11 to $12 to it's now going up to $14 to $16
Oh, we
an
finna
hour.
get paid. We finna get paid.
16?
Yeah.
Wow.
And that works for students too, right? Who are like in work studies, right? They get more. They get
a lot
like
more money.
Oh,
That's
okay.
like, what, $3 or $4 more than what it is now?
Yeah.
And times that by 20 on your paycheck. Let's go.
Rocks, man.
So that starts in July. So, and other new stuff is, and a little bit of unfortunate news, a woman was fatally stabbed in Hayward on Tuesday.
Damn.
Which was reported
this
on
Tuesday?
last Tuesday. This is the third homicide in a month.
Oh my god, how close was that to like where we are?
So it was.
Like I know it's in Hayward, but like to the.
It's like it was reported on. She was fatally stabbed on the block of Wilmette Way, so near Southland Mall.
Wow,
That's crazy.
that's
Jeez.
really close.
Yeah.
So she was
a lot
pronounced.
of people work out there.
Yeah.
Like students.
Man. So is there any? What happened?
So there's currently no leads on like what exactly happened, but the small details that are out there right now is that like she was involved in like a dispute with someone, and then after that there's still no details other than she was pronounced dead at the scene.
Wow.
Yikes.
Well, let's send blessings and thoughts and prayers to her and her family.
That's rough.
Wow. And in Hayward, like we're committing homicides in Hayward. Like Jesus Christ.
Yeah, and it's the third one in a
In
month.
That's crazy.
Wow.
2020 brings us new challenges, I guess.
Man, Hayward.
Yes.
Like one thing I didn't realize how dangerous. Like Hayward really is like a kind of a dangerous city. You know what I mean? I was looking up the crime statistics, and like Hayward's like it's per thousand population. Like it has like some of the highest 10 percentile crime rates and things.
So is that based on like the year, like and like currently, like what's everything that's been going on this year, or just
or just total, just in like an average,
okay,
average.
Okay, well that's even more. That's kind of even more shocking than if they're just an average. Wow.
Yeah. Hayward is like, I think that's one of the reasons why Cal State East Bay changed its name from Cal State Hayward.
Yeah,
because of the rep that Hayward had about like being such a crime city.
I heard that too. Like they changed East
like
Bay
parents would look up like Hayward, like what's in Hayward?
Yeah.
And like, it's a crime. I'm not sending my kids there. Let's name it East Bay. East Bay is safer than Hayward. No, it's not. Not really. Don't forget about Berkeley. Like Berkeley and Oakland are dangerous too. But anyways,
But I want to get. I do want to get all of your thoughts on this next story, which refers back to what Reggie was talking about earlier. A cannabis shop.
What was I talking about?
A cannabis shop opening very soon.
I forgot.
It's called Auntie Honey's. It's like a cannabis business that's opening in downtown Hayward. It's along B Street.
Ooh,
nice.
On B Street, you know how convenient that is.
Yeah, and B Street's already got like all the bars and like all the fun stuff to do. So
I can be a bartender and a bud tender on the same street.
Maybe even the same day.
At the same damn time.
Yeah.
Look, man.
But here's the crazy thing. It's like, so they're still, although they're pending final approval on, like the city council needs to approve it still. It's like, the thing that they're gonna do, or to renovate it, is they're gonna cover all the windows so nobody can see what they're doing.
That sounds kind of kinky.
They're gonna keep it covered. Honestly, that's what most like dispos do anyway. Right? Like the front, they don't have it like all. Well, not most, but like some, right? You know.
You know what? Shout out to my weed man. I don't know. I haven't been to a dispensary in quite a while.
But anyway, in our last news story of the day, there's been a Hayward theft crime that was reported last week on January 28th. So 3 Oakland sisters were charged with running a theft ring, according to the Hayward police. They were arrested.
What
last
day
month,
was that?
Yeah,
January 28th. That was like
January 28th.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, that was J. Cole's birthday. Happy birthday,
Yeah.
J. Cole.
So they were arrested in December, and this culminates almost a very long investigation that lasted throughout the summer.
Wow.
So they've been doing this.
How much merchandise were they?
Yeah, what were they getting?
Almost $300,000 worth of merchandise.
Hey, are you telling me
Wow.
these 3 sisters got away with almost or did not get it with $250,000 of merchandise? Where were they stealing from?
Most of it came from Southland Mall.
What?
Wow.
Southland has what was they robbing a jewelry store? Like,
Just close. Wow, that's like $100,000 each. You said it was 3 of them.
3 sisters.
Wow.
I mean,
they were getting other people to
Oh, they had like.
help
Oh,
them.
you said it was
So-
like a whole ring. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a whole theft ring.
Yeah.
But
Wow.
the fact that
Jesus, you wasn't gonna stop.
Bling ring.
Maybe they had a goal, like they was trying to get to $1 million or something. Like what? Like if you
Nah,
got.
man, I think they just liked the rush, just get the free stuff,
not
they just had
that
fun until they got caught up with them.
Man, and you always. One thing, the 48 Laws of Power. When reading that book, and it says, stick to a goal, find a goal, and stick to your goal. Don't overshoot the goal, because when you overshoot the goal, then you get. Anyways,
I mean, the
All
fact that
comes
it
down.
lasted that long is just like.
yeah, but then
Yeah.
you didn't give up. Like you didn't quit.
Well,
Like
I
you
think-
lasted that long, and then you got away with it for a certain amount
Think
of time.
about it. That's $300,000 of merchandise. They have like all the tags and like the security guards, the cameras, and all this stuff that's supposed to prevent that. And you're telling me like the whole bunch of people got away with $300,000 worth of stuff while you have all this security
Right.
and stuff in place. It's just,
And
that
you
just
didn't
looks
stop.
bad.
Yeah, and you didn't stop it. But I feel like it
Exactly.
looks bad on both parts.
Yeah, exactly.
Because you like if you don't understand how much $250,000 worth of
Over a
merchandise.
quarter. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's a lot of merchandise. So the fact that you got away with it, right, for a certain amount of time, and you kept going back and doing it, and these people did not catch on, but you still got caught. It's like, what was the point of stealing if the point of stealing is not to get caught? I thought it was. I mean, it's not. You don't steal to get caught. You still.
Yeah.
I don't know. Anyway, I don't know why. I don't know anything about stealing, so I don't know.
But that is what's new in Hayward.
Yes. Well, hey, thank you. Thank you, Lasagna, for that. So are we going to head into our first music break, or do we got something else to talk about? Yes, we're going to head into our first music break. What is our station night? My bad. Follow us at East Bay Live on all platforms. And when we come back, we're gonna have my man Coach Crutch in here, and we're gonna talk about Elevated Legacy and what they're doing for the community. And we'll be back in a second.
She on the molly, I ain't gon' tell nobody. Fucking on her, she exotic. Flies a pilot, he's an astronaut. Still is out the rock, I know nobody. She ain't gon' tell nobody. She walkin' like Mr. Miyagi. I fell in love, I been singing like I'm Drake, but I ain't eating champagne poppin'. She on the molly, I ain't gon' tell nobody. Fucking on her, she exotic. Flies a pilot, he's an astronaut. Still is out the rock, I know nobody. She ain't gon' tell nobody. She walkin' like Mr. Miyagi. I fell in love, I been singing like I'm Drake, but I ain't eating champagne poppin'. I wanna be about the big job. I'm finna go get my ends on. She let me fuck on my bed, then I'ma go get her friends. Fuck it, I slant a hoe just like a wrestler. Blood on my diamond, but I'm not from Africa. Told her to ride for me, she went a passenger. Yeah, now I'm a messenger. Huh? I can never love her. No, I can never trust her. Used to run police, so I cannot cover. Fucking on brother. No, she charged. She don't know I got perky. She on the molly, I ain't gon' tell nobody. Fucking on her, she exotic. Flies a pilot, he's an astronaut. Still is out with the rocket. I know nobody. She ain't gon' tell nobody. She whopping like Mr. Miyagi. I fell in love. I been singing like I'm Drake, but I ain't eating champagne poppin'. She on the molly.
You're listening to East Bay Live from your very own Beast from the East. Have a great day.
Welcome back. You are tuned into Around the Town. It's your man Reggie 2-3.
The Beast.
And lasagna.
And also, we have Nancy over here. She's taking pictures of us right now, and for our media marketing and
She's
stuff
doing
like
awesome.
that, right? And but before we go too far into the next, I got to introduce my man Coach Crutch. He's here, representing, here to talk about Elevated Legacy, a youth.
Yeah. Peace.
Yeah, my bad. I messed that up.
So
but hey, say hello to Coach Crutch for me, please.
What's up?
Yes,
Peace. Appreciate y'all.
Thank you for coming.
Thanks for having me. So I'm representing Legacy. Legacy is a youth-based organization out of Oakland. We serve students all over the East Bay, though. Legacy is an acronym that stands for Leadership, Empowerment, Growth, Achievement, Consciousness.
Hey, can you say that one more time for the people in the back, please?
All good. Legacy is a acronym. It stands for Leadership, Empowerment, Growth, Achievement, Consciousness, and Youth.
Oh, man. That sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
That sounds beautiful.
Word.
And so how long have you guys been running? And what are you guys looking, how does one be a part of Legacy?
So Legacy was established in 2008. I jumped on board around 2014. I met the founder like 2 years prior on the East Coast. I was living there at the time, ended up moving out here. We ran into each other on the streets, and it's been on ever since. But yeah.
Where are you from?
I'm originally from Michigan.
Snap.
Yeah, but I moved around a little bit. I've been on the East Coast, been down south, been out here. Been out here for like almost 6 years now, in Oakland. But yeah, sorry, the second part of your question was, I forgot.
Sure. Well, how do students or kids get involved, and what are you looking for in kids who want to be a part of it or who want to join Legacy?
For sure. So we got a website, www.elevatedlegacy.org. You can find out more information there. But basically, we'll be starting tryouts and trainings late February, early March in the Oakland area. Get more info off the website if you're interested. But it's open to all ages. That's kind of something that we do intentionally. Whether you're a shorty, 7, 8 years old, we got teams for youngsters. If you're a high school baller, you can come in and get it in.
For sure.
Even if you're outside of like the playing range, you can come in and train. You can give back to the youngsters if you just want to help out and be a part. So we try to make it inclusive for everybody, all ages.
That's cool. How many people do you on average get, would you say?
So I think last year we had about 25, 30 players split up between 3 teams.
Nice.
And then we got a lot of parental influence, a lot of former players just coming back, dropping in, helping out, and and just people who are genuinely good people, just dropping in, wanting to help out here and there.
Yeah, and me actually, I have a cousin who's part of Legacy, and I would take him to one of his practices, or I took him to one of the practices, and one of the coolest things I ever saw just in a practice was I just saw how Chris Pearson, I don't know if he's the founder or he's one of the founders of Legacy, but how he was able to incorporate yoga into like basketball, like especially me being from like the inner city, like you don't really see like yoga and basketball are like two different opposites of the paradigm.
During the practices,
during stretching, like he incorporates like yoga stuff.
Yep.
Okay.
And it's like crazy. It's like what the heck, like yoga and basketball. But then when you think about balance, like it makes sense. And I just like ever since then, and just like listening to like the fundamental principles he was teaching, like it's like like any kid who has an opportunity to be a part of a program like this, especially coming from, low income environments. Also please talk about the sliding scale fee when you get a chance. You know what I mean? But just like having opportunities like this, to kind of open your brain up and open these kids' brain up to like life is bigger. Ball is life, but life is also bigger than ball. You know what I mean? And so I really appreciate it. That's something that always stuck out in my mind. When even thinking about or recommending people to the program. So I just want to thank you guys for that and a lot of the work that you guys do in the community for sure.
Appreciate that. Yeah. So Chris, the founder, CEO, he's an acupuncturist in Oakland. He's got a Chinese medicine background. Wow. So he incorporates a lot of those teachings into the basketball lessons. Basketball is really just a vehicle, honestly, to try to help these young men, become better people, have access to more resources. So you talked about the sliding scale. There are fees. We gotta stay up and running. But we never turn people away for lack of funds. There's a big class intersection as far as the people that we serve. So you might have kids straight off the block from 98th, and then you got kids commuting from
Hayward. You got Hayward kids with 98th kids.
Exactly.
And it's so funny because Hayward is like, what? Yes.
It's a beautiful thing though, because certain populations, it's reminding them kind of just to remain humble and to give back to others who are maybe less fortunate. So you got certain parents that are donating a little extra because they got it, and then you got other students who are getting access to these type of resources, access to parents who are lawyers, parents who are doctors. They're shaking hands with them. They might not get that every day.
Man,
so it's a beautiful thing.
That's really cool.
And I just to harp on that. Me growing up as a kid in Oakland, and like in the as I got older, I realized there's an entire set of any urban city, right? You have the urban, and then you also have another part of it. And so I feel like a lot of times that these two worlds don't coexist, and just any program that allows socioeconomic. Like it kind of eliminates the socioeconomic hierarchy, right?
For sure.
You know what I mean?
For
so
sure.
you have these people blending in, and diversity is more than just color. It's also like financial diversity, and having people who have access to certain things sharing it with people who would never have access to any of these things.
The walls are like kind of broken down and like non-existent.
Exactly. And so like
That's
I really think that's, and then also talk about what you guys do in the summertime with the kids, right?
For sure. Just to touch on the point about socioeconomics before I get to that, we even try to take it a step further. So not just being in the same space with people from different class, different background, whatever, but we encourage and pretty much prompt our youngsters to, especially like the first month or so, everybody in the gym, parents just sitting on the sideline, introduce yourself, go shake your hand, go shake their hand, make eye contact, all that good stuff. So you're actually creating a connection with these people who are in the room. You're acknowledging them. After the games, we always thank the other coach. We thank the refs. We thank the scores keepers, just because it's important to value every person that's in the same space with you.
Big emphasis on sportsmanship and all that.
No doubt.
Awesome.
But yeah, sorry, you talked about, or you just asked me.
The summer.
The summer, man. So Legacy is pretty much a year-round program. We do a lot of community building, a lot of non-basketball activities. We'll do nature trips. We do camping trips, whitewater rafting trips. We get a lot of support from donors and through our fundraising. to make that type of stuff happen. We do a basketball tournament in San Diego that we've done the last 3 years. We actually rent a house. We go to the grocery store. We buy food up. We cook the food up. So we don't do a lot of that. Wow. You know, so it's a lot of community building and just guys relying on each other in maybe uncomfortable situations on an everyday. You know, it might be uncomfortable if you do that on an everyday basis, but we're putting them in a setting to where they can be safe, feel comfortable. And you just see guys who, you know, maybe they don't get a chance to be a kid every day, but you just kind of see that kind of come out when they get into those different types of settings. So it's a beautiful thing.
Man, I mean, I really don't even think I think that's like the best way to end the interview. Just to leave people with something to think about. You know what I mean? And so I just want to thank you, Coach Crutch, for coming on and talking about legacy. Sure. I definitely want to have you on again, man. For if anybody else has anything else they want to say, any other comments?
Thank you for coming out in this organization. I really want to look into it. It sounds really interesting and all that. It's like,
if people want to donate or follow you or hear about anything else, where could they find you or contact?
Yeah.
www.elevatedlegacy.org, Instagram, elevatedlegacy_org. My Instagram is Crutch Ghetto Zen.
the Ghetto Zen Master.
ZEN.
Definitely follow that.
Any way you can support, show love, like pictures, share, whatever, it's all appreciated.
Absolutely.
Cool. No doubt.
Hey, well, you've been tuned in to Around the Town. It's been your man, Reggie 23.
It's the Beast.
Lasagna.
And Nancy's over here chilling. You want to say bye? You got to say bye to the people.
Bye, everyone.
For sure. Hey, y'all have a wonderful weekend, and we are out until next time.
What's going on, Hayward? You're listening to Around the Town with Dylan, along with my co-hosts Reggie, Nancy, and Rob. We're here to enlighten you with the city's most interesting news and take you on a journey through various local haystack businesses. Tune in.